breaking down my henna designs, making them easy one at a time. It's henna art by Antoinette. Hello, it's me, Antoinette. Today I am going to do a video on Paisleys. So Paisleys are one of those things that are on every single frickin' Indian design everywhere, ever. And they're kind of scary at first because they're an odd shape. They're not a circle, they're not a triangle, they have triangle parts, they have circle parts, and the brain doesn't exactly know what to do with them. So I'm gonna break down some easy ways to think about Paisleys. Paisleys just take a lot of practice. That's my cat. So I'm gonna show you how I do my most common Paisley. It's a half circle, and then you start up at the top and you come back towards that line as if you're gonna just follow that along, but you don't. You go right about there, you go, oh my god, I'm coming around! And then you make your Paisley. So that's kind of a nice fat Paisley. You can, let's do it again. Okay, so semicircle. Doesn't have to be exact. Semicircle. Then you bring the curve back, and then you come back around, and then you bring it back again. So this is like a soft backwards S. That line looks like this on its own. You see that? You can actually make your Paisleys this way if you want. Back around. When you're doing a smaller version of the same Paisley, I typically like to just make it one line from start to finish. Just curve around and then go like that. But if you aren't comfortable with Paisleys, this whole swinging back thing can be very daunting and really kind of weird. So turn it into two lines. You make a half circle, start back up at the top, and swing it around, and you connect the two. And get even smaller. Okay, so that's one way of doing a Paisley. There are those really kind of square Paisleys, which usually start off with kind of a curve, a curve, for lack of a better word that's not coming to my brain, but you can still kind of do it in the same way. Come back up, go right underneath that curve, and make it more square. One way that you can also do this that I've seen taught is by starting with your swirl, that's a better word, coming around, and then branching out and making your Paisley. That is very popular, and I'll tell you in a minute why I don't like doing it. But I'll show it to you again. So here's your swirl, right? Goes around, it's like you're gonna just continue making a spiral. And then you bring it out. Wow, I have a clog. You bring it out. And you make your line like that. Okay, I'm gonna show you why I don't like doing Paisleys like that. Because I have trouble sometimes remembering how to turn a spiral around. So a lot of times I'll be going, okay, I want to make something that's the opposite. Oh, I did it right this time, thank goodness. But next time I might not. Actually, it's easier when you're stacking them like this. Next time I might, no, wait, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way, but I've already, wait, and oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh my god. See? Paisleys have to be learned and have to be done in every direction possible. Ugh, my cat needs to come out here. Okay. All right. So Paisleys need to be learned upside down, backwards, to the left, to the right. And the reason why is, say you've got a hand in front of you and you've got a flower right in the middle of it, right? Just make a flower. And your design is coming from this direction and you want it to move in that direction to go down your finger. A graceful way of doing it is by having a paisley that draws the eye towards that finger. This paisley is backwards from all the paisleys that I just did on here. If I was doing the opposite paisley over on the other side, I know I've already created that line. I've just done it backwards to me. This is kind of an ugly paisley, more like a leaf. It's backwards to me and it's facing in that direction, you know, so you really have to know. Now I want some tissue, dang it. I'm not going to live with that on the back of my hand for the next week. You really have to know how to do your paisleys right side up and backwards, you know? So practice whatever method you do, practice your paisleys this way. Yes, Earl. Darling dears. This way. Starting from the bottom. So again, you can just make that half curve, start with this point, and swirl back around. And then the other way. Make your half circle. Just like that. Boy, my henna is causing me grief today. See? So you really want to know how to do it. Every direction. At an angle. It doesn't really matter as long as you have your anchor point. And your anchor point is, if it's the way that I do it here, it's that line. I'm going to do, here I'm going to show you a series. These are all going to be approximately the same. Right? Okay. But look at this. I can make this one long and skinny by not bringing it out too far. I can make this one really wide and fat. Notice it comes down further than that one did. Even fatter. But because I had that first line, I still end up with a paisley. Okay. I only have another minute and a half. I've made some pre-flowers. I'm going to show you how I stick paisleys on to a flower. Right? You can put another one like that. That's almost more like a leaf. But if you do a fill, it makes it more obvious that it's a flower. And then you can, you know, add on another flower out here. And those are paisleys. Let's try doing that S paisley. That's pretty cool, right? You would always, I don't know, just me, but if I am putting a paisley on a flower, I'm always putting the butt end of it on the flower. If I want to add a flower on afterwards, then I can do that like so. Right? I'm almost out of time. Anyways, paisleys, yay! They ain't so hard anymore. Woohoo!